Hi guys, as usual, before we begin, store links and test system setup details in the video description. So, what do we have here today? It's a set of matched for PSVANE latest Summit KT88 tube series and a set of 3 matched 6SN7 Summit tubes. Summit represents top-of-the-line performance sitting at the top of the PSVANE offering, right above ACME series, so right above those guys. And those guys are more or less parallel to Horizons, and then we have older but still great KT88T2 PSVANE tubes. So, only 2 up to 3% of each production batch is supposed to be selected for Summit sales. Those that meets very strict performance criteria. At the moment, the Summit series has only a couple of types of tubes, and these are, just give me a second, and these are those. You can buy Summit 6SN7, and that's the one. You can get KT88, and that's the one. And you also have 300B and 845 Summit tubes. So only 4 types of tubes available in the Summit series at the moment. But really, how do they sound? Is it worth to buy them? Is it worth to spend your hard-earned money on them? Before we'll get to the sound quality, let's take a look at the build, and I'll compare the build with the other PSVANE tubes that I have here. So basically the tube looks in shape more similar to Horizons and KT88T2 than to ACME. ACME has this light bulb shape. The connector pins are gold plated. We can see the Summit logo on the tube. Let's focus here. Yeah, there's nothing on the back except for the serial number. This is the first type of PSVANE tube that I've seen that actually has a unique serial number, and the serial number is placed inside of the tube. Yeah, so other than that, they look pretty normal, although the matching orange and blue here are looking quite nice in the amplifier. But they're not supposed to be looking nice, they are supposed to be sounding nice. So let's talk about the sound quality, and as usual I've divided my review into a couple of typical sections, and let's start with the bass. The bass with Summit tubes is a surprise. It's really very deep, it's very precise, it retains this organic tube sound, but in authority and in let's say power, it reminds me solid state amplifier bass. For example, in Keep Don't Go, I was able to feel the lowest notes inside my stomach, and I literally mean that. With my tube amplifiers, 2 of them, and my speakers, my Martin Logan speakers, I was able to feel the bass inside, and that was total surprise. Mid bass is clear and it's kept in check. It's warm, but it doesn't mask or flood mid-range in any way. Now, let's talk about the mid-range. In the mid-range, especially vocals are usually the easiest way to tell the tube amplifier from solid state one, as they have a very organic and natural timbre with tubes. But tubes can mask detail and lose some information. PSVANE Summit is gentle and refined when it comes to vocal, but it doesn't lose even a single beat, a single sound from the music. These have this very organic, very tube-like sound because they are tubes in the vocals, but at the same time they are very precise, they are very detailed, and they retain all the information that's present in the soundtrack in your music. That's excellent, because this is something that usually in my mind is a trait for solid state amplifiers. Solid state amplifiers tend to be more precise and more detailed than tube ones, and these particular tubes are connecting the best of both worlds when it comes to mid-range. Organic, natural timbre of vocals and instruments, but at the same time they do retain all necessary information, all small nuances, all small details. Moving on to treble. Treble is a highlight here. It's open, it's airy, it's full of sparkle and light, but it's very smooth, and it's never fatiguing. There is no veil, no badly understood warmth muddying the sound. Everything is clear, yet detailed and smooth. If I would be to compare them to other tubes, especially other PSVANE tubes, I would say that these have better extension when it comes to bass and treble. They are not exactly V-shaped, but you can clearly hear that the bass goes lower and the treble goes farther than with other tubes. And this is something very nice, especially in the choral tracks in classical music. So we started to talk about the detail that these tubes are able to deliver, so let's continue that. Detail is the area where Summit shines. I would risk stating that with a right amplifier, these could rival the best solid-state amplifiers. Nothing is missing, nothing is masked or waste, but at the same time, nothing is artificially pushed to the front. These are the best tubes that I've heard when it comes to detail and smoothness. Now, with great detail, usually comes great imaging and scene. Good mastered live recordings are a great test for detail, as you can hunt for small nuances and sounds from the audience. At the same time, these recordings are excellent for testing imaging. With good recording, you should be able not only to hear layering in the music, positioning of vocals and instruments, but also you should be able to hear the audience, where it is, how close are you to the stage, where are the groups of the people talking, where are all the small noises, whistles, claps, etc. are coming from the audience. And Summit allows you to take this 3D look into the recording even a little better than ACME series, which were my reference up to this point. These don't get lost in complicated fast passages of orchestral tracks. Image remains precise, and all positioning of the instruments is spot on. The instruments are not points in space. At the same time, they are not fuzzy areas that the sound is coming from. They have real lifelike sizes, and at the same time, you can clearly hear the space between instruments. So these are providing great transparency to your recording. Now, moving on to the summary, because all you've heard so far were compliments. And yes, they have great bass, they have great mid-range, they have great treble, absolutely great treble, and they have stunning imaging and detail. But what's my summary? These sound like supercharged, delicate and elegant ACME. Everything that was good with ACME had been further refined with Summit. The bass has more authority, the mids are sweeter and detailed at the same time. Treble is that last bit that makes them complete. It's very transparent, and on top of that, these tubes have excellent detail and imaging. But this comes at the cost. Summit, according to PSVANE, is selling only those two up to 3% of the selection of the production. And this means that just a handful of tubes is going to be sold. And this has its impact on the price. Matched quad of KT88 Summit will set you back for $655, while each 6SN7 is almost $200. So two matching 6SN7s means $400, and the matching quad would be almost $800. That's a lot, as a total price for the set of Summit tubes for your amplifier can easily rival the price of your gear, of your unit. And you have to remember that these are consumables. They will have to be replaced at some point in time, as they have, like all tubes, finite lifespan. Having said that, these are easily the best tubes I've heard so far, including different types of new old stock tubes that I have in my possession, or that I have heard in the past. These are balanced, detailed, they are very gentle, and they are very refined. So if you can afford them, or you already are addicted to that kind of sound, then by all means go for it. They will make you enjoy your music collection even more, and in a way, that's a priceless thing. You cannot put a price tag on something like that. And these really are better than ACME. These get my high recommendation. I really hope to see some sales, discount, or coupons in the future, because I'm gonna need to stack on those tubes for my amplifiers. They are really excellent, and with them I see no point in hunting for new old stock tubes, because these are basically new production and they are excellent. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. In future I'll be doing reviews on Horizons and ACME and KT88T2 tubes. These came on top, not only because of the sound quality, but because they are pretty fresh. So I guess many of you guys will be looking for some kind of information on them. But I will be getting back to those guys to compare them and to find the tubes that represent the best value at the moment. The best sound quality award goes for this. No doubt about that. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and stay tuned for more tube reviews. I haven't told you about the boxes. These are coming in a very good protected boxes. We have a foam inside, and inside of each of the boxes you'll find the small leaflet with measurements confirming the production date and the actual measurements for tubes that are being sold as matched sets. So once again, thank you guys, and see you next time. I hope you'll have a great and wonderful rest of the day. Bye.